Hey YouTube, it's Prime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Age of the Primes, the 13 Amalgamus Prime. And personally, I am not in love with this figure. I know a lot of people have pretty much said that he's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But honestly, and I'm probably going to get some flack for this, I think he's undercooked. I don't think he does enough. I don't think he does enough. Especially for someone who's supposed to have unlimited alt modes, he feels very limited to me. But we'll get into that. But we are going to start with a quick look at the box. So we got his like spider tank mode here. We got his robot mode there. He's holding the transformation cog. We got our statues on the side. We got our name and logo. We got our legal jargon. We got that artwork again there with him holding the T-Cog. And on the back we have our product shots. And yeah, multi-mode shapeshifter. And he comes with the T-Cog. So yeah, that's it for the box. And we do have our lovely instruction booklet. So we'll take a quick look at that. Got a lot going on here. So there is that. And on to the figure himself. So first of all, he does come with his little T-Cog right here, done up in a transparent orange. And my light is not facing the right way. It's done in a clear orange, and it does have some silver paint on it. And this is the more traditional, like G1 styled T-Cog. And it is actually supposed to be his eyeball. I'll show this real quick because his head does open up. And you can see there is a port there where his eye goes. And it's supposed to go inside. Inside like this. And that will make it his eye there. But personally, I think it looks better from the outside. Gotta push it back out. And yes, his face is blast compatible. We'll get around to that though. But yeah, I like to keep it out on the front so you can like turn it, make it look like he's zooming in and out or something. He does actually have this little accessory that plugs onto the bottom of his scythe staff gun thing. Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely looking forward to this review. But this is actually shaped like the Transformers Prime T-Cog. So there's that as well. And again, he does have this big old thing. And it can fold flat to be like a gun. I personally have quite enjoyed having it over here on like his shoulder, like so, like a giant shoulder mounted gun. That's where I usually like to put it, but you do have a few places you can put it, and of course his hands being one of them. He does also come with this smaller pistol that can actually, I usually leave this plugged on here on the back end of the staff, like that. Yeah, and he does also come with like these two floaty eyeball looking things that plug on in various places, you know. This is all like 5mm port compatible for the most part. So there's that. But yeah, we will go over his articulation real fast. He does have a extremely tiny, insignificant head post that will pop off at the drop of a hat. That lets his head go side to side. Yep, see. This is also on a hinge for up and down. So these can just pop on and off. They are again on 5mm ports, and you can put them in any of those slots. Um, his arms, the base is on a swivel, and both arms are on a hinge. It also has a mushroom peg swivel, and then an elbow joint that is a post, and those can pop off. And then the hands are on a swivel and a hinge, and that is true for all four arms. And then these ones also have a fin that can fold up for their little mini plane mode. The waist, you can get full 360 out of that. The hips can go that far forward or that far back. They can come out all the way to the side. You do have a post here for the knee, and again, these pop off way too easily, which is another frustration I have with them. You do have a series of joints here in the legs to position them how you so choose. You do also get very significant ankle, which is nice. And I think that's about it for the robot articulation. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do one quick size comparison. Here he is with the dramatic capture Shockwave, who obviously they are supposed to be like ancestor and descendant by the head sculpt. I'll give you a second. Excuse me. Yeah. But yeah, you can see they have very similar head sculpts and the mono eye and all that. So, there is at least your Voyager class comparison. And we'll do one deluxe comparison with Micronus Prime, who is like the other tear apart and put them back together figure. So there's that. I guess now we work on the transformation. So there are a few different ones listed in the instructions, and obviously he's made so that you can like come up with your own. I'm just gonna do like the base full version, and then a couple of the small separate pieces. I'm not gonna go through the whole like 9 yards here. Yep. See, he just falls apart. Just falls apart. So first we're going to take away his staff, and we are going to bring his head down. And you don't want to do it here at the little hinge here. You want to do it with this whole dark gray piece here. Yep. See? And just pull this whole section up. There we go. Just get that down, and then fold this piece over, and we can reattach this part. It is just a friction joint, but for some reason it catches when it's not supposed to and just flies off. This part here is supposed to come over and fold into that gap like so. And then we are supposed to take the whole back section and bring it up like so, and just bring these legs together and bring it like so. And I believe these are actually supposed to be in the forward post. Like so. And then we want to tab his legs together. And then we're just supposed to basically bring them over, and then I believe these are supposed to fold out like so. We're basically just like pulling this over like this, and then we just are going to orient his arms in a sort of spider tank fashion, and you're just going to bend his wrists down like so. And like so. Again, put his head back on now. And it is basically just supposed to like hide under here. And then the staff, you just fold it up, and then you're gonna plug it in here top. And then I gotta open this up and pull it up because it's sank. Yeah, see, I don't like this thing. I really don't. There, now we have our little tank. Actually, I think this is supposed to like go around it. Yep. See? Just falls apart. And again. And this is basically his spider tank mode. It looks okay, I guess. It's fine. I don't love it. But yeah, we'll show off some of the smaller mini modes and just take off all of his extremities. And here is why I say he doesn't do enough. The arm joints here do not come off. The waist does not come off. The hips do not come off. And like these are the parts that I wanted to come off the most, so I could, you know, switch his arms and his legs and crap like that. But no, they just don't do that. So, and yeah, his head came off again because that's what it does. So yeah, we're gonna toss that to the side. Anyway, you can take the feet here, and I'm trying to remember exactly how it works. Alright, there on the outside there are these 5mm ports here, and you can just plug the gun in onto those, like so, and you get yourself a mini tank. You take the arms with the wheels, you can see that they have alternating posts and ports here, and if you bend those up like so, and like so, and like technically the hands do come off, but they should have been on like, these actually should have been on a 5mm port, not a mushroom peg, so they could pop on and off easily. And then you can combine these together like so, and on one side you got a bunch of hollow bits. Oh, well, actually no, it's on both sides, never mind. But yeah, you get like a little double-sided car thing here. And then this one, you can fold out these fins, and just plug this together, and you get a little weird grabby hand jet thing. So yeah, I mean, I'll admit that I do like this one a little bit. Again, I think the 5mm ports for the hands would have made it a lot better though. And if you really want to make it a little more alien, you can take these off, and again, they all have ports on them, and you can just like put it in the middle here, like so, so it looks a little bit more like a eyeball drone. And you can do it with this little car here too, although it looks a little weirder. So yeah, those are your little alt modes, and you can just have him flopping around like a fish out of water over here. So those are his alt modes. So yeah, again, I don't really like this guy. I'm not impressed with him. I know a lot of people love him. I don't. He doesn't do a lot of the things I want him to do. He falls apart super easily. I will admit that his robot mode looks cool, and I do like the weapons he came with. I like the fact that they snuck in not one but two T-Cogs in here. But yeah, like overall, he's not for me. If you enjoy him and you think he's the greatest thing ever, more power to you. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. He's not for me. He's not for me. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on this particular review. This is one that's kind of been on the back burner. both because of when I got sick and the fact that I just really haven't been looking forward to this one. Again, it's I understand people love it. I'm not one of those people. Anyway, that's all I'm really gonna say. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.